I feel like this is probably good for Ben. I feel like this is, good for his brain. Like, I don't think he would, be where he is today without us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're welcome, Ben.
I take credit for everything you've done.
I take full credit for all of your accomplishments. I don't know the things that you know, but I know that you wouldn't know them if it weren't for us.
Welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hey, Hannah. Hello, Ben.
Hello. Oh, nice onesie. I just noticed you were wearing that.
Yeah,
thanks.
Nice
I'm wearing a shark onesie. It's a footed pajama.
Pajama?
Pajama. It's a footed pajama.
It's a
footage pajama.
Yeah. Footage of me in a footage pajama.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, I already said hi. Do you need me to say it again?
Hi, Ben.
Oh my gosh, y'all. It's
What's
a silly
up,
late
y'all?
Thursday edition
Yeah.
of WayTooBroad. I've been sitting here, we've been sitting here dicking around for 5-10 minutes already, and I just realized I didn't fix the outline, so that's what's up with me.
5-10 minutes? You mean 50 minutes?
Yes.
Do you know that's how they say 80 in French?
5-10 minutes?
No, they say 80, which means 420s.
I actually did know that.
Blaze it.
And then for...
Amazing. Amazing. Wow.
That was good.
That was so good.
So 99 is 99, which means 420s 10-9.
Your mom's enough.
They just list the numbers.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
It really
Welcome
is.
To our French
It's
Numbers
really bad.
podcast.
How's everybody's week going?
Long and busy.
I can't keep track
Long
of what
and
day it
busy.
is this week.
It's a silly Thursday.
I know what day it is
Immediately
right now.
before this recording, I had a group meeting where I gave an 1.5 hour long presentation.
About numbers, French numbers?
Yeah, about French numbers.
Oh, that explains a lot.
The presentation was not required to be that long.
Oh.
That was my fault.
Wow.
And it was a practice run for my thesis defense, which will be in November, which will have to be 35 to 40 minutes. So I have a lot to cut between now and then.
When is it? Is it before Thanksgiving or after?
Before, hopefully. So the deadline to submit my thesis and the forms with showing that my committee saw me defend it and whatever.
Was that yours or mine?
It's mine.
I don't have one ready.
I know.
Okay.
Is December
I got
6th, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving this year, because Thanksgiving is very late. It's the
Very
latest
late.
it can possibly be this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to have it submitted and to do my defense the week before Thanksgiving so I can be stress-free during Thanksgiving, which would be really great.
Because we got to teach you Skippo, so you can't be having anything on your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really, really hope I can get it done by then, because I don't want to have to work on it over Thanksgiving at all.
Precious Thanksgiving.
We have to learn a new card game.
To stay on that timeline, I have to finish a rough draft of this thesis by the end of October. Which
And I got to meet in Seaside, which is we got to teach you. You really have to.
I know. Oh, I know.
Get your priorities straight, Ben.
Honestly, the fact that Thanksgiving is so late this year really works out for getting me motivated to get my thesis done in a good amount of time. And also, I don't think if Thanksgiving was the week before, was the week early. God, I can't fucking talk because I'm burping so much. I don't think if Thanksgiving was the second to last week of November instead of the last week like it is this year, that I would have been able to work this because there were been too few weeks in the quarter. So kind of worked out. It's also on my grandpa's birthday.
Yeah.
Hashtag grateful. The keg.
The keg's birthday.
The keg gets another year tapped. I'm going to work on that.
I think he's 80. Oh, God, I don't know. Is he like 84, I think?
Well, you both have time to work it out before Thanksgiving.
The keg is well-aged. We'll just say that.
It's a well-aged keg.
Ben, if you need any help with your thesis, just give me a call, man.
Okay.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You know, my electrical engineering thesis got, like 4 A's, so I got you. I got the hookup for you.
That's really impressive.
It's a quadruple A thesis.
4 A's.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Don't call me because I'm going to be busy working on mine. I'm really behind.
Hers is due on Thanksgiving. So how about that?
Yeah. I'm going to deliver it at Thanksgiving.
Who's drinking what first this week? Tell me that.
Ben. Wait. Didn't Ben go first last week?
I did.
Okay, Ben.
No, I didn't.
Ben, what are you drinking?
I got 2 cups of water. No ice because the ice maker doesn't really work at this place that I currently live.
Ben, this sounds like hell.
It's bad, but
How
it's
are you
fine.
supposed to drink ice water?
It's a great question.
Do you have a freezer in your room?
No.
Do you
I don't have any
do you like
cooking
the people who
in
live
my
in
room.
in the building with you?
What?
Do you like the people who live in the building with you?
I don't talk to them.
So yeah.
So I love them.
Yeah, that sounds so great. That sounds fucking perfect.
As long as they don't talk to you either, then yeah. Sounds like you get along great.
I think a new guy showed up and I didn't even notice until this morning. And I don't know how long yeah.
Okay.
It's a house and there are 4 bedrooms and my landlady and her sister live in one of them.
Okay, so it's like a boarding house.
Basically. And
that's so old-timey.
People.
And then what about the you said 3 people, but you held up 4 fingers. How? Whatever.
I'm really
if you need
tired.
help on your thesis, please call me. What's the kitchen sitchin'?
I have full access to the kitchen. I even have a whole pantry.
Jealous.
A whole section of the pantry for myself. And a drawer in the fridge. And then the other guy, I just haven't... I don't even know how long he's lived here. Because that room was empty when I moved in 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god, like when you're moving out, you'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, to your landlady, who's that other guy who's in the room? And she'll be like, what are you talking about?
That room's been empty for 50 years.
Since that man died in it. No! And then she'll say that. She'll do that. And it'll be like, oh my god.
Oh my
anyway.
God. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You want to know what I'm drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
I got 2 drinks, and one of them is seltzer. Should be pretty fresh. Let's see.
Ooh. Please pause while she drinks it.
You got it. The other one, it is secret.
Ooh.
It's a secret beverage that I can now reveal the secret of now, which is it's apple juice, like fresh apple juice from an apple.
Oh.
And
that motherfucker juiced an apple?
Huh?
This motherfucker juiced an apple?
This motherfucker juiced an apple. I don't even think he used our juicer. I think he just squeezed it. With his bare hands.
Wow.
It's got ginger.
Ooh.
And soju. I think there's one other thing I'm not getting.
Lemon?
No. I think it's mostly I'm getting apple and I'm getting ginger and I'm getting soju. It's very
maybe
nice.
whatever was on his hands.
So you're just getting what's in it.
Mint?
Maybe whatever was on his hands when he hand squeezed your apples.
Yeah, but it's good. It's really nice.
Nice.
So Ian made that for me with his bare hands.
Ian, Shout out to Ian and his bare hands.
Shout out to producer Ian and his producer bare hands. Erin, what are you drinking?
I got 2 drinks. I have a holiday tea. It's like a black tea with holiday spices. So I'm like wearing this footy onesie pajama.
Cloves?
Yeah, cloves and almonds and cinnamon. And I'm drinking this holiday tea. Okay. It was, well, look, it said on there, okay, Ben, I'm not in charge of making the holiday tea blend. It's Harney and Sons Master Tea Blenders that are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call them.
So I've got all this cozy stuff going. It was like 99 degrees today. And you know what? I accidentally came up with a funny thing when I was talking to my best friend Sarah. I was saying it was like 90 something unreasonable today. I thought that was funny. I also have kind of a fun beverage activity to do. So I have this really nice cup of ice water. Sorry to rub it in bed. But my friend who works with Molly sent home to me these True Lemon packets that he's been really into. Shout out to Kian, a sometimes listener who might listen to this because I'll mention it to him.
Shout out!
But this is crystallized lemon. 1 packet equals taste of 1 wedge.
That's good shit. You're gonna put that in your water?
Right now! This is the first time I'm trying it. He thought of me, sent it home with Molly today.
Are you known for liking lemons with your water?
Yeah, I do. I do like lemons. I'm not. I didn't know that I was known for that, but I really do love lemons. I usually keep fresh lemons around. I don't typically put them in my water, but I do enjoy it. All right, so I have 2 packets here. I'm going to try it with 1. Adding it now.
Is that what he uses it for? Usually, water.
That's what he said he was doing, but you can, I watched a little video about it today. They were doing all sorts of things. They were putting it in cocktails. They were adding it on fish. They were putting it in tea. There was one really weird thing that they did.
I think it would be nice in iced tea, and I think I see it mostly like used with cocktails and stuff.
Oh, I've never heard about it before.
Or like rimming the edges.
Oh. 1 packet made it really delightfully lemony. So I'm going to stop there.
It's very like truly lemon, the True Lemon, isn't it?
It is. Oh, I remember what they did in the commercial that I didn't agree with. They put it on Greek yogurt.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I've had lemon flavored yogurt. No, I like that. I agree with it.
Well, I have some Greek yogurt.
Have you had lemon flavored, the fuck? I'm not talking to you, phone. Noosa, which I don't think is Greek yogurt.
Oh, yeah, I love that shit.
But they have a lemon flavored.
It's Australian yogurt.
Flavor.
It's sweet. It's too sweet.
The lemon or Noosa in general?
Both.
It is sweet, but it's creamy as fuck.
Yeah, it's real good. I like it.
Oh my god, it goes right to my brain. I love cream. Anyway, thanks, Kian, for the True Lemon, a lemony delight for my water.
It goes right to your brain.
Goes right to my brain. I love
Do you ever eat something and it? Do you ever eat something and it? I mean, to me, like chorizo is like this. Whenever I eat chorizo, I like it. Like I feel something happening in my brain. Like my brain chemicals, I feel them happening. It's like I love it so much. I'm like in ecstasy. My brain chemicals.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
For me, it's like goat cheese. And also, weirdly, like a really hyper-concentrated emergency drink.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is weird.
I think strawberries do that for me.
Oh, nice. Ben, you should come to Strawberry Fest, man.
I love strawberries.
Why don't you come to Strawberry Fest next year?
That's like the only fruit I ever have in my fridge.
I love them.
You can meet Sarah. You can eat strawberries. It's
what time of year is it?
It's in May, or April, May.
Maybe.
Typically.
I'll be working by then, so I can take vacation and shit.
Hey, let's talk about that.
Hey, oh yeah, I got a job. I got that job I talked about.
At the place that shall not be mentioned.
Listen, I just talked for an hour and a half, so my throat is a little mussy right now. Mussy? That's not a thing. I mean, I feel like you understood it when I said it, though, right?
It's the thing now.
My throat's
Your throat is mussy. We're carrying it. I'm going to single-handedly
We're carrying
reality.
I'm going to single-throatedly make it a thing.
Speaking of making something a thing, it's October 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a deep cut. It was a deep cut. It was kind of two references at once.
Is this
Did either of you get it?
Mean Girls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. What?
Because he's trying to make
Fetch happen.
Fetch, yeah, trying to make Fetch happen.
But what does October 3rd mean?
That's the
release date of Mean Girls?
No, that's the date in the movie where she's like, on October 3rd, he asked me what day it was, and then she's like,
yeah.
What day is it? She's like, it's October 3rd.
Oh, I got a fun little anecdote for you guys.
What's up?
Ben may have already seen it because Ian texted a not completely accurate version of this story, but I was filling out a form today that had like, I needed to fill in like my information and Ian's information. And so I put like my name and my birth date and his name and his birthday. And then there was a line for signature. And so I signed, and then I looked at the line for him. And like, I almost said to him, I didn't actually say it out loud, but what I almost said to him was like, hey, what's your signature? And then I told him about it, and he texted to my family on our like family text chain as if I had actually said that out loud. But
Nice.
Wow, he fabricated that.
He fabricated that with my permission.
For humor. It was effective. It was effective for the humor of it.
Yeah, for the humor, it was effective.
It was worth it. Do it for the joke. Hashtag.
Worth it for the bit.
Okay, I have a shout out for Aunt Brown, who
Nice.
Shout out because she texted me today to let me know that she has, as of now, watched through all of Steven Universe, including the movie.
Wow.
At my recommendation, which is
Great
no
job,
small feat.
ma'am.
Yeah, they're 11-minute episodes, but there's 5 seasons of them, and some of those seasons are like 50-something episodes long. So that is
Fuck, wow.
an
Dang.
achievement. Yeah. And she liked it. We haven't had a chance to discuss it in detail. I am still potentially thinking about bringing Steven Universe as a full-on obsession in the future, but I kind of want to wait and see what happens with the next season so that I can properly promote it before I do that. So I'm keeping that one in the chamber. Season Universe, number 6.
Keeping it in the chamber. I have a shout out to my mom.
Oh.
As well. My mom told a story at the Monty this week, and it was so dope, and she came in 3rd.
Oh, wow.
Hell
it was
yeah.
her first Monty story. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to
Great
Aunt
job,
Karen.
Mom.
All the moms out
Thanks,
there.
Mom. Thanks for being my great mom, Aunt Karen.
2 great moms of the pod. Who?
Both of them my mom.
The pod moms. That's a confusing dynamic.
They're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a lot
Very
in common.
sister-in-law.
Wow. They got a lot in common.
Well, I thought we were supposed to be getting back on the rails, so I'm not sure what's happening.
All right, back on those rails. Who else has up fronts?
I don't think I have anything
Who else has up frizzles?
Erin, you have
Nice.
more?
Chill. I don't think I do.
All right, well, we should just pop in then.
Let's pop.
All right. Ben is first.
It's me.
It's Ben.
Ben, Sesh.
Before, what did I talk about last week? Was it the Righteous Gemstones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
No,
good.
you
Oh, I
never talked
watched
about
it.
that
I
before.
watched that, by the way.
Did you like it?
Yeah. We haven't finished the season yet, ? I don't think. But
It's not. Well, the season's still coming out.
oh, well, then we definitely haven't finished it yet.
Mhm.
No, then we definitely did finish it.
Isn't
'Cause-
Edie Patterson great?
She's great. Everybody's great. I've really been enjoying it a lot. But yeah, that is what you talked about. And I've never heard about it
Okay.
before.
Okay, good.
Thanks for your support on that bit.
A little late,
tardy,
but still there.
Better late than never.
So my obsession it's another TV show, but it's been kind of like a comfort food show for me for a long time. I haven't actually watched every episode of it. The 10th season just started this week.
Wow.
But it's a show I watched a lot in high school and kind of come back to every now and again when I just like need some pure nice love and comedy, and it's Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. Have either of you watched it?
Me.
I think we've mentioned it on the show before, possibly in passing. But
I think I've seen an episode or two.
Oh, yes.
It's really good. But I kind of was spurred into watching it again because I saw this. Do you guys know who Emily Heller is?
Yeah.
She's a comedian. She's also a writer for Polygon, and she just got married. And she posted this article on Polygon, I think the day before her wedding, that was about how her relationship goal for her and her husband are Linda and Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers, because and I really recommend that everyone read that article first of all, because it's a really beautiful articulation of one of the things I love about this show so much, which is just a really, well, for one, showing that in a sitcom, well, it's an animated show, but in any kind of show where it's a family thing, you don't have to have the bossy wife and the disgruntled husband to have comedy. You can have people working as a team to parent, and you can also have them working as a team even when they disagree with each other and still working together. And it's just, their relationship is just so adorable and ridiculous. And the whole, they strike this really great balance of both the kids and Bob and Linda having, especially the kids being way too mature for their age. And knowing and having these crazy ideas that normally kids of their age wouldn't, but then also still being kids, wanting to hug their mom when they're scared, or I don't know, they just do such a really, really, really good job. And the voice acting is really great. It's H. John Benjamin, who I know we've talked about before because he's in Home Movies and he's Archer in Archer, and he plays Bob also, and a lot of other characters in the show. And Linda is voiced by, I think his name's John Roberts. I don't actually know what else he's been in, although I know that before he voiced Linda Belcher, he has a series of YouTube videos where he plays a housewife style mom kind of character that is basically Linda Belcher and does the voice and everything. I think it's kind of how he got the job. And then Eugene Merman voices one of the kids, the son Gene. And he's a hilarious comedian who I recently found out lives in Boston. And they actually record the show remotely. Because H. John Benjamin lives in New York. Kristen Schaal, who plays one of the daughters, and Dan Mintz, who plays the other, both live in, I believe, LA. And then Eugene Merman lives in Boston. And so they all go to a different studio and record with high speed voice connections with all each other.
Wow.
And video, which is really with all each other, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, it's just a good, funny, sweet, nice show.
And Kristen Schaal is in it. I love her.
Yeah, Kristen Schaal's great. She's probably the funniest part of it too. She's the youngest kid.
Oh, it's really good.
It's just good. It's just I call it a comfort food style show for a reason, because it's just after I had a really long day and I don't feel like doing much, it's just a really good show to put on and just make you feel happy. It's just good stuff.
Does it make you feel like eating burgers though?
It doesn't.
I don't like burgers.
I don't either. Although I had an Impossible Burger for lunch today.
Oh, from
and I have
Burger
to say,
King.
Impossible Burgers.
Yeah.
No, not from Burger King.
Oh.
Impossible Burgers are really, really, really good.
This podcast is not very pro-burger, it seems like.
I don't really like burgers. Except every once in a while at a vegan restaurant. I like a full meat burger.
Right. They make them the best. They really know how to handle their full meat burgers.
Sometimes. It's that touch of disgust that I really, really like. Every once in a while I like a burger, but honestly, I'm never in a full-blown mood for a burger.
No.
Really I feel the same way about pizza. It's controversial. I'm never gonna be in the mood for
I'm always in the mood for pizza.
Standard pizza.
Yeah.
I get down with that yuppie shit.
No.
Absolutely. will crave
What?
that.
I
Like,
don't align
do you
with
mean?
you on this.
that's fine. It's controversial.
Mhm.
I know this.
I'm making waves.
You know, I'm speaking truth to power, Hannah. You know, the yuppie shit, like, fire roasted, you know, with, like, a brush of olive oil and anchovies, like, yum, 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 hit me up, like, all day. But, like, pizza, like, red sauce, cheese, and pepperoni, rarely.
My favorite. Oh my god.
Rarely.
Sign me the fuck up for that any
I
day of the
know. I
week.
don't know what's wrong with me. I don't like donuts either. It's just, like,
Donuts I kind of get. They can be overly sweet. Depends on the
I feel like
donut.
an expat for saying all this.
I just like that. Literally, like, I've never seen a pizza, especially a pepperoni pizza, that was like not fancy enough for me to like. I've never said no to a pepperoni pizza in my life.
And I'm not saying it's not fancy enough for me. It's just like, I'm just like, I'll eat it if it's in front of me. If that's all there is, but I'm never gonna like, oh, let's get pizza for dinner.
Oh,
never,
man.
ever.
Wow. I wish.
Unless it's the yuppie shit. And then I'm like, fuck yes.
There are definitely
Extra anchovies,
That is
please.
definitely a valid opinion, and there are definitely foods I feel that way about.
And I feel like we could even like take that, like, why is that called pizza? Why are those the same food? I don't even think those are the same food. You know? I hate that I have to qualify, like, you know? There's just like a different...
You should call it ya pizza.
Ya pizza. There it is.
You did
There
it.
it is. I love it. Done.
Yeah.
My throat is mossy. Fuck, I've forgotten it already.
Mussy.
Musty.
Musty.
Mhm.
My throat is musty. I like it because it sounds like musty. And
Yeah,
messy.
that's kind of how it feels.
Mhm.
It's like there's phlegm in it, which is making it messy.
Mhm.
But it's also like, why do I have the phlegm? Maybe things are getting a little like musty fusty in here.
Yeah.
Well, and also,
And so my
rusty.
throat.
to me, having phlegm in your throat is, this is going to be a really weird thing to say, is like if you imagine
Enjoyable.
your like vocal cords as a room, I feel like when they have phlegm in them is the same as how a room would feel when it's musty.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect
Okay.
sense. Nothing's
Like-
ever made more sense.
Like there's something in the air.
Yes,
And it's not right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
going to
get
be
it.
the name
You guys
of my first
get
book.
me.
There's something in the air. It's not
It's
right.
just not right.
It's going to be a thriller.
It's going to be the name of your first book. You already know you're writing multiple.
Don't know what it's about yet.
The next one's going to be called There's Something in the Air, but It's Okay.
It's called Normal.
All right. Well, great. Bob's Burgers is great.
Yeah.
I want to read that article.
One last thing about it. There's a lot of really great guest stars, and one of my favorite things to do is to guess who's voicing people when they sound familiar, as with any
Yeah, I love
animated
it.
show.
It is fun.
Paul Rudd showed up playing a horse.
Like you do.
Of
Mhm.
course he did.
Nice. Really, really good. Really nice.
Wow.
Did you guess his voice?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty
He's
good
got
at that.
kind
I don't
of
want
a
to toot my own
ruddy
horn, but I'm pretty
voice.
good at guessing those voices.
He does have kind of a ruddy voice. It is really fun when you get it right, when you figure it out before.
Yeah. It
I don't
feels
think
good.
I would guess Paul Rudd's voice. Maybe I would.
Amy,
What was it like?
what's it like? It's ruddy. You just
It's
said
ruddy.
it. Amy Mann
It's
did.
mussy.
Amy,
Hannah's voice is mussy.
it is. Amy Mann did a guest voice on Steven Universe, and
No,
I
Amy
didn't-
Woman. I'm sorry.
and I didn't notice that it was her the first time that I saw the first episode she was in, but then when she appeared again, I was like, oh, that's Amy Mann, and I knew it like immediately, but the second time I was very proud of
Wow. Immediately, but the second time. That's the name of my second book.
it. Is the name of your first book Immediately but the First Time?
Immediately, not the first time. Well, I don't know. TBD.
Okay. Cool.
Two big dogs.
All right.
Tell
I'm
bingo
done.
to a dolphin.
Okay. It's me then?
Yeah, it's you then.
Sure. Why not?
Why not? Why not? Why not? If it like were my turn, that's why not. But not.
It's my turn.
But why not? Not because it's not my turn.
Wow. Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is very lemony. I'm just giving a quick update.
Too lemony?
Wow. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Just lemony enough.
Woo! Woo, that's a lemon wedge. You know, like that kind of lemon.
That's exactly as lemony as one wedge of lemon.
Yeah, but like you've put the wedge in the water. You didn't squeeze it and you know, put it aside.
Yeah.
You squeezed it and popped it right in, and it's kind of floating around. The ice is kind of, you know, it's doing like a muddle with the ice. Mm-hmm. You're getting some of that oil from the peel. This is not sponsored. Hannah, what you're saying?
Well, I had a struggle this week because mostly what I've been like really obsessed with is like stuff that is not good podcast fodder, like watching bad men get what they deserve finally, stuff like that. Like,
excuse me?
like
have there been examples of that in the past week?
Yeah. Like,
I haven't even been paying attention.
Well, like the impeachment proceedings are one thing.
Oh, well, yeah. Duh.
And then another thing is, I think I told you guys about it off pod last week, but like the sort of sudden and seemingly coordinated like outpouring of like receipts and personal stories and stuff about this like really nasty YouTuber named Onision, who like just is like a total like predator and abuser and like uses his audience to like find more really young women to like abuse, basically.
What's his name?
Onision. Like onion, like Onision. Onion Man.
Ew, he looks so creepy.
He does look so creepy, and he's a very shitty person who is really getting a lot of what he deserves right now. You know, and who's to say any of this stuff will stick, because so far all of it is just words, but there's been like 6 different women who have come out and told their stories about how they got involved with him and his spouse and like the varying nasty things that he said and did. And it's not only like the stories that are coming out, it's also like they all kept their emails and their texts and their voicemails that they've gotten from him over the years, and they've put them out there. So it's like all, I've watched a lot of videos where people are just going, like, basically just playing them all back and reading through them. And that's been just really like, I don't know, it's like, it makes me angry and upset, but also I'm glad it's out there. And I put the longest one that I saw of all the videos, I actually ended up retweeting it on my Twitter, Anthropology, because it's extremely detailed. And I just think, like, especially since he literally has not even been taken off of any of the platforms he's on, including like Patreon and YouTube yet, like, I think it's important that people continue to kind of talk about it. So those are like kind of the things I've been like consuming a lot of content on, but they're not like, I don't feel like I can do them any more justice than the media or the YouTube sphere is currently doing them. So there are a couple of other things, and I thought I'd give you guys like a choice, which one you want to hear about.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Bandersnatch.
That's not one of the options.
Style.
Oh, yeah,
Bandersnatch is a choose your own tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Adventure.
Okay, so your options are either a new Netflix television show with a lot of music in it, or a random hypothetical.
Ooh.
Netflix.
Oh, I was gonna say hypothetical.
Oh gosh.
Now it's up to you. Sophie's choice.
Oh jeez.
Hannah's choice.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna pull out the first one that is just a random one here, and if it looks interesting, we'll do that, and if it doesn't, we'll do the other thing.
Perf.
The Porn Painter is what it's called. So
listeners can't tell I made a face.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So let's talk about the Netflix show. Cool. Okay. The show is called The Politician.
Oh.
I
heard about this.
It's
Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Gwyneth Paltrow's in it.
Ugh.
She's not the star. She's pretty good in it, but she's definitely a supporting character. It's from the same, like, person who made Glee. So it's got kind of a similar aesthetic to Glee, where it's like, you know, very, like, it's high schoolers, but they don't dress like high schoolers. They're very, like, put together and polished, I would say, actually even more so than Glee, because it's like a private high school type environment. It's basically like a campaign drama, like a political campaign drama, but instead of it being like a presidential campaign or whatever, it's a campaign for like student body president. But the guy who is the main character, who's running for president, who is played by Dear Evan Hansen guy, Ben
Platt.
Yeah. I
said Splat. That's his Twitter handle.
Ben Splat. Yeah, Ben Splat is his Twitter handle. Ben Platt is his name. He's very good. Excellent actor. He does sing in it, and it's obviously beautiful. Not as much as I would like, but it's like, it doesn't really fit the plot, so I understand. But he is running for student body president, but he has a strong belief that he's going to be the president of the United States one day. And so he runs his campaign as if it's like a campaign for president, and basically everything in his life he treats as if it's going to, like, affect, you know, it's all in service of him eventually being the president, like running for president of the United States.
Is the fact that he is so obviously not high school age take away from anything? No,
I mean, because none of them are. Like, when we were watching the trailer, we couldn't even really get a handle on, like, whether it was high school or not. Because they kind of look too young for him to actually be running for president. But then, like, he was talking about being, like, the president one day, and we were like, okay, what's going on here? But so actually,
he's a lot younger than I thought.
How old is he?
He's only 26.
12.
He's only 12 years old.
12. That's amazing.
What he has accomplished is truly incredible.
What a fucking prodigy.
That beard, for one.
Is he a beard?
For 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
In some pictures.
Ben Platt. Let me see.
I'm noticing there's a queer woman of color in this show.
There is, yeah.
Shout out. Because I stalked her Instagram, so that's how I know.
Yeah, she is another person running for office. I won't give away more than that necessarily.
Ooh.
But she's good, and she's really good in it. I mean, I think it's not like the absolute best show I've ever seen. Like, I'm not... so basically... Ian hasn't watched this. He wasn't that interested in it. He was, basically, I've been doing another puzzle, as I was telling Erin before we started recording. So,
Hannah's kind of been involved with a certain puzzle.
I've been doing a puzzle, in our living room. And so, Ian was, like, gently suggested in a very, very kind way that he has, that maybe, since I was not even looking at the television, maybe if I wanted something to just, like, not look at, I could watch it on my phone and he could use the TV. And so that's what we did. So I watched this whole show, this whole first season on my phone, with headphones on while doing a puzzle. So I can't speak a ton to the aesthetics besides what I've already said, because I was mostly looking at the puzzle. It looked a lot like a puzzle, but, but the, you know, it had a lot of twists and turns. It was like, it's a really, like, it's a good, almost kind of like a junk food show in a similar way that Glee was, where it's like, if you really try to break down a lot of what's going on, or like if you try to sort of watch it in a way that's like very like socially critical, some of it would hold up to that sort of scrutiny and some of it wouldn't. But like the overall experience is like very aesthetically pleasing for your eyes and ears. And Ben Platt, I just love. I just think he's really, really good. So,
at least for your ears, you assume for your eyes.
Can I pop in real quick with this thing that really gave me pause on the Wikipedia?
Okay.
For this show. In the premise, this is the first, well, it's only one sentence, but I'm going to stop right where I had pause while I was reading it.
Okay.
The politician revolves around the political aspirations of Platt's Peyton Hobart, a wealthy Santa barbarian.
Excuse me?
I was like, what? Wait,
excuse me?
What the fuck is a Santa barbarian? It's someone from Santa Barbara, California.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
That's amazing.
And it's also like highlighted blue on Wikipedia, like it's something you can click, like that's a thing that people know about, but it just leads to Santa Barbara. But I was like, what the fuck is a Santa barbarian? Also, apparently every season is going to revolve around a different political race that he's involved in, which is interesting.
I could tell that, yeah. So it's very like, it does some interesting things with narrative. It doesn't necessarily like stick in sort of the track you would expect. It has some interesting time skips. It has some like really like interesting like heightening mid-season that you wouldn't necessarily, I guess I've said this like 5 times, but you wouldn't necessarily expect. Like it does some cool stuff.
Is it Homecoming?
Homecoming dance. I just sent you guys the one of the songs that he performed in this show. It's River.
Should I listen to it full volume?
No, it's River by Joni Mitchell. They covered it.
It's a great song,
and it's really good. It's a beautiful rendition of it. Okay,
is this good?
No, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's too quiet. Can you turn it up?
Yeah.
Hold on, Hannah.
It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down the trees.
Is this good?
Is this good? Hannah, is this good? Hannah, tell us when it's not good.
I could skate away.
Stop me when it's not good.
It's not good.
She's not going to stop us.
Oh, I guess it's not good.
I forgot the lyrics.
I thought it was good.
I wish I had a revolver.
Oh my god.
I consider that a Christmas song.
His high notes are amazing. He's so good.
I consider that a Christmas song.
It is. I think it is a Christmas song.
It's coming on Christmas. Probably because the first words are it's coming on Christmas.
You know I'm going to be listening to Dear Evan Hansen tomorrow now.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
Can I just take a moment, speaking of Christmas, how excited are we for Christmas to come around again, specifically just so we can listen to Sia's fucking Christmas album?
Yes.
Like, I can't wait. Fuck presents. Sia's Christmas album.
Hell yes. Puppies are forever.
Not just for Christmas.
But that song is.
You know,
just
I watched, speaking of Sia, I randomly watched the Elastic Heart video again last night.
Well, that's good.
Boy, that thing is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really love Sia. I have a Sia playlist.
Great. Congratulations.
But what I meant by that was that of her, like, older stuff, which is, like, I love all of her stuff. But
who's all of her stuff?
I have a Sia playlist. I'll tell you that right now. I've got one.
Man, we are in rare form tonight in terms of getting off track.
I'm done. My obsession is done. It's called
It's good.
Politician on Netflix.
I'm interested in the show. Coming on, Chris.
Definitely at least listen to that song, that cover of that song, because it's beautiful.
Just from watching like the 2 seconds that show up on Netflix when you are hovering over things, I thought that it was about Gwyneth Paltrow and that she was a politician.
Oh no, she's his mom.
Mm-hmm. Gwyneth Paltrow really
Is she old enough to be?
We in agreement about this?
She does. She sucks real bad.
Yeah, I've seen about Goop. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, Goop is bad.
Goop is bad.
Goop is bad. Yeah, I know. But she's definitely a supporting character.
Is she? Does her husband make that show? I bet that's what's going on here.
I don't know.
Who's her husband?
Yeah, good question.
He's like a TV man.
Brad Falchuk? Yes, you're right. He co-created Glee, and I'm guessing also Politician.
So they had to cast her.
They had to.
So
I thought she was married to Coldplay guy. Did they break up?
Yeah, they did a divorce.
They consciously uncoupled,
Yeah.
Ben. Like
They're what?
forever ago.
I just don't care.
But that
about either of those
phrase,
people.
that phrase has permeated our society.
What phrase?
Conscious uncoupling.
Conscious uncoupling.
What? I've never heard
Erin,
that
you
in
do.
my whole life.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Ben? Where have you been?
In school.
Where have you been? Everywhere you've been.
I got it.
Nice.
Erin, you want to do yours?
Erin, just
Yeah.
talk now.
Fine. I struggled this week too. My obsession's kind of been like waking up early. I don't know. I'm kind of.
Wow.
I'm like not an interesting person this week. but
You're really 31, huh?
I'm deeply 31. I'm steeply 31 this week.
Deeply 31.
I'm like, Molly and I were like out having a nice sushi dinner last night, and it was like 8:30, and I was like, hurry up. I want to go to bed. She was like finishing her sake flight. I was like, why don't you chug those? I was like, why don't you shotgun those?
And then drive me home. I'm too tired.
And then she finished them. And I was like, I hope you didn't feel rushed. And she was like, oh, I definitely did. And I was like, well, I was rushing you, but I didn't want you to feel rushed. Anyway. So, I guess I have a light one this week. And it's true, but it's kind of a repeat of what I've been saying, which is, I've been a little obsessed with like cooking. I've been really I haven't had a lot of opportunity to cook this week, but I've been thinking a lot about it. And I made two kind of fancy things this week. I made a lobster roll.
Uh-huh.
Bon Appetit recipe, of course. And it was fine. And I made a very delicious homemade, completely from scratch Caesar salad. With Caesar dressing, obviously.
I love a Caesar salad.
But like homemade Caesar dressing is what I meant.
dressing.
Did you home make the Caesar dressing?
I homemade the Caesar dressing.
Nice.
And it was really
I made a
tasty.
Caesar salad with ranch dressing.
Yeah, with ranch dressing. I homemade everything except the ranch dressing. I just,
I just had lettuce with ranch on it.
You just gotta go to the ranch for the ranch dressing.
It.
Yeah.
I assembled it. But it was really, it was fun. So it's really like,
Ranch-made dressing.
I was going to make short ribs, but it was a long story. I meant to wait.
You got them and they're too long.
Too long. So then I had to make long ribs. No, it was this whole stupid thing where I meant to wake up early, but I forgot to turn my alarm on, and then it was like this whole thing. So I couldn't make short ribs.
I know how that goes.
I set the time. I just didn't turn it on. You know, when you like, and my friend said this recently, I thought it was really funny. He's like, you know, when you wake up and you feel well rested, but then you immediately realize that means you've overslept.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, why is there daylight? Oh my god, it's 7:30. It's so late.
7:30.
I know. I'm just deeply 31 this week. So anyway.
Honestly, I'm in that same boat lately with 7:30 being like sleeping in for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice though.
Yeah. I like being it. You know, I've, being an early riser is kind of like a long journey for me because I feel like I'm a morning person who like can't get out of bed. So it's like once I'm up, I really enjoy being up. I love everything about
that's
being
how
up
I
early.
feel.
Yeah, I'm like once I get past this, it's like 2 minutes max where I wake up and I hate it, and then I'm like completely wide awake and like happy to be awake.
I started running in the morning last week.
Wow!
So I woke up, but this is a real funny story. Woke up at 5 a.m. Monday and Tuesday.
Dope.
Ran 2 miles.
Hell yeah!
And then almost immediately hurt my knee. Went to a doctor yesterday. It'll be fine in a couple weeks, but I have to do a bunch of stretches. I got this thing called iliotibial band syndrome,
That means you're too tall.
No, it's not related to that at all.
Yeah, yes, it is.
It's called ilio-too-tall syndrome. It's like there's like a
big. Wow, she got you.
Sorry, what is it? We know what it is, but what is it?
Band of connective tissue that goes down the outside of your leg, and if it gets like really tight, which can happen from running and from repetitive stress, then it starts to like rub against the bone in your knee and really hurts.
Jesus Christ.
And also, apparently part of the reason it happened is because I have such fucking high arches on my feet, which both Hannah and Lucas also have.
Wow.
I know, and apparently it was like a sports medicine doctor that I went to, and he like specifically said that people with really high arches, their feet don't absorb as much force when you're like running or doing other things like that. So you end up with getting a lot more damage to your knees. You end up walking. Because your knees experience so much more force than someone with better feet.
Wow.
I hate running. Running is terrible for you.
Yeah, listen,
I'm not surprised.
I have nothing to say about waking up early or running. I respect you guys' opinions.
Here's the thing, is I would prefer to like use like a standing bicycle or stationary.
Yeah,
sorry, stationary bicycle. I'm very tired, or an elliptical. But I have to go to the gym for those, and the gym that I get for free is on campus. But I live 20 minutes from campus, and I'd want to shower after in my own shower. And I don't know what to do. It's just too many things.
I know. It's a whole
Okay,
thing.
but listen, I had more to say.
But running I can just do.
I had more.
What?
Okay. But I don't mean to say about the things you guys were talking about, but on the subject.
Wait, what?
Listen.
What subject? Not the one either of us were talking about.
On the subject of knees, I have also a new diagnosis on my knee from like this past week.
What is it?
I went to the doctor on Friday for like just like a regular appointment, but I was like, hey, my knee's been clicking every time I go upstairs.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah. Okay, so every time
it clicks, you guys.
Yeah, Erin and I were in a library in Maryland, and I made her stop on the stairs so that she could hear it click when I took a step.
Oh no, does it hurt?
No,
too?
It doesn't hurt. And so I told him about it, and I said, it doesn't hurt, but like I'm worried because like there's been a lot of joint replacement in our family recently. Like our grandpa has had to replace both of his knees, and our mom just got her hip replaced. And I was like, I want to like be paying attention to it early if it's going to turn into a thing that's going to become arthritis. And so he started like moving my like knee all different ways to like see if he could get it to happen.
That's what the guy did too.
Yeah.
When I was the doctor, he just like kept moving. He was like, "Does this hurt?"
It's like, "Is this happening? Is happening?" And then I was like, "Oh, it just happened." And he was like, "Oh, I felt it." And then he told me that what it is I forget what it's called, but basically, it's my patella. It's my patellar tracking syndrome. It's called, and it's my kneecap is basically like clicking against my joint.
Oh,
but it's not.
That can't be good.
It's it could cause me pain eventually. But it's a thing. I just have to do like stretches and stuff if it starts hurting. It's basically like physical therapy. I'd have to go to physical therapy, but he gave me like a list of stretches I can do to help it. Basically, one of the muscles that is like attached to my kneecap is like stronger than one of the other muscles. And so it's being pulled like unevenly when I step upstairs. So it like gets like off kilter, and that's when it clicks. But
wow.
Yeah, but it like right now it's just a weird click. It doesn't actually do me any harm. So
but it could over time.
Over time it could cause me some pain. So I have but it's like it's a muscle thing. It's not like a joint thing.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so that's good. But I was just blown away because usually all you get when you tell your doctor about a problem is like more tests you have to do. It's like the first time I've ever walked in and been like, "Hey, I got a problem," and they were like, "This is what it is." Like,
hey, knee doctors are great. This is my takeaway.
Well, it was just my primary.
Well, let me tell you about when I went to the knee doctor. So anyway, I've been really into cooking.
Wow, all three of our obsessions, we just ended up completely off track.
That's fine. It wasn't a really big obsession. So
we've just been very 31 this week, both of us, and we just yeah.
Ben's been a little 31 too, even though
I
mean he's not 31 yet. So
24.
You know.
Well, welcome to the life, Ben.
Thanks. It's great.
Well, Ben and I are early morning bros.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get
that's
up,
really cool.
Like, I get up like anywhere from 7 to 7:25 every day, which is like early for me. To me, it's early, and it sucks, and I hate it the whole time, and I never am like, I'm so glad I'm awake until about like noon. So I don't.
Here's my thing. I think it's stupid to like assume that people who wake up early or assume waking up early is more virtuous. I think that's really dumb. Like my dad, who doesn't listen to this podcast, I don't think. So, you know, one time he was like dragging my mom, you know, wasn't really like, but he was like, you know, oh, well, maybe you should have woken up early or whatever. He was like, I woke up at this time, and she was like, wait a second. What time did you go to bed? And what time did you wake up? And she was like, we got the same amount of sleep. It was basically like, you know, so
who fucking cares?
Right. I feel like people are different and we all feel differently about different. We have different brain chemistries. We have different needs. We have different needs for like sleep quantity.
We have different needs.
We have different needs. Some hop because their muscles are too strong. Some are rubbing against the bone because they're too tall and an idiot. And some are like perfectly fine. My knees are like totally fine, you guys. They do pop when I they crack when I like bend down. Like
Kylie's knees
always
crack really loud when she bends down, like every single time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, mine's I bend down and then like next door is like, who's throwing off gunshots? I don't know.
Who's like, throwing off gunshots?
Who's cracking knees over there?
Gunshots! Blah! Anyway, so I'm not here to like say that it's more virtuous. I'm just here to toot my own horn because I like to wake up early, and I'm really happy that I'm making it happen.
Yay,
so.
good.
Proud of you.
I guess my obsession is waking up early, which I was like, don't make that your obsession, Erin. Don't do it. But I did it. And cooking a little bit, too.
Listen, we've all talked about things we didn't want to talk about tonight.
That was our theme. Our overarching theme for tonight. Things we didn't want to talk about.
Yeah, well, good. I'm
Clearly
happy for you, Erin.
People do what they want to do.
Yeah. People do what they want to do. All our needs are different. All right. Should we do
homework? I
homework?
want a pun, but yeah, let's do it.
You work on that. Ben, what's your homework?
Okay.
My homework is to watch Bob's Burgers, and if I didn't convince you, or if I did convince you, you should also read Emily Heller's article on Polygon, which, based on the fact that Hannah linked it in the Slack during this recording, she's probably going to link it in the Twitter when she posts the episode.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best.
That's my guess.
That's your guess?
Also, my Twitter is nicely proved, Ben. I'm on Twitch, Disco Greg. I'm going to try streaming again once I move back to Boston and start working.
Nice.
Have a more consistent schedule. We'll see. But, you know, follow me there if you want.
I'll be that working man.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a Monday through Friday kind of situation?
Yes.
Dope.
Nice. Just like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
One of us.
Wow.
One of us.
One of us. Weirder knees. One of us.
Tall idiot.
Idiot too tall syndrome. My homework is if you like Ben Platt, or you liked Glee, or you like like political.
Bees.
Maybe it's like almost kind of Aaron Sorkin-y in the way that it's paced. That's another thing I could say about it. Like a lot of walking and talking at the same time.
I don't have a Sorkin.
Yeah, I like Sorkin.
My
Sorkin
knee
my own
isn't
dick.
sore.
Wow.
Oh God, Jesus, Ben.
That's a Megan Amram tweet that I shamelessly stole.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
You guys both made puns that were like for wildly different audiences.
I feel like mine was like in the theme of our
Yeah, it was.
situation. So,
And Ben's.
Mine was just shamelessly
Yeah, it was
stealing a
stolen.
funny joke I saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
So Erin wins.
why don't you, when you're editing this, Hannah, just mute Ben throughout that whole like, outburst. Like, mute that outburst.
I'll think about it. That outburst.
Delete the track.
Delete the whole track. No more Ben. Anyway, if you like any of those things, watch The Politician, and if you want to get a sense for, I don't know, what Ben Platt's beautiful voice sounds like, I'll link to the video of River. It's just the audio. It's like a still
It sounds
image.
like this. I wish I had a river I could skate
It's
away
Christmas
on.
time.
It's coming on Christmas.
It's beautiful. It's just as beautiful as what you just heard,
Christmas in the river.
if not more. Christmas in the river.
River Christmas.
It's coming on Christmas. I'm up to my knees.
In river.
My Twitter is Anthropology. Also, that's my Instagram. And I have another podcast called So Dreamy, where we talk about dreams and other stuff through the lens of dreams, and sometimes just other stuff, because, you know, it's me. I gotta be me. But
It me.
it's fun. And that's it. Erin.
Hello. My homework is to wake up whenever the fuck you want to. And to cook something. If you want to. Might I recommend Bon
This is
Appetit?
the easiest homework we've ever given.
Might I recommend Bon Appetit's recipe for Caesar salad?
That actually does sound good.
Yeah, it
With
was very
Caesar
good.
dressing.
With Caesar dressing. Might I recommend following that recipe and making that Caesar dressing? You know, something I didn't do ahead of time, which I would do next time, is make, you prepare all my ingredients first. They call them mise en place, and I did not do it, and I wish I had. You know, what I've been saying a lot to Molly, she said this about 10 times this week, because I'll just start saying it randomly, is, you know, you'll learn more from your failures than your successes. So I've learned a lot. And I'm proud to say that. Okay, I'm not really on social media that I want to tell you about. Thanks.
What if you like just came out of the bathroom and said that?
Which one? I'm not on social media that I want to tell you about. Just like look Molly like dead in the eye and was like, I'm not on social media that I want to tell you about. Also, like, give it 10 minutes before you go in.
You learn more from your failures than your successes.
I love it.
Both very good.
Both are good. Alright, my homework is to call us with the best thing to say when exiting a bathroom.
Yeah, the phone number, if you want to call us, tell us that, please do, is 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
That's it.
We're also on Twitter. I guess you could tweet that at us too, if you don't like have a phone. If you, yeah.
Chill.
You can tweet at us at WayTooBroadPod. You can send us an email at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram, WayTooBroad. And we have a website. You can find all of our social medias and our phone number at WayTooBroad.com for anything you want.
And our home addresses. And our social security numbers.
EarnBen.com for anything you need besides the stuff that's on WayTooBroad.com, which is all that stuff. And please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. It's a really nice thing to do, and it means a lot to us, and we love you.
It's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. And we love you. And the podcast candle. Uh-oh, there's liquid on the... Okay, this could go wrong. The podcast candle
spot
is now safely extinguished. Woo!
Woo!
Bye!
Goodbye! Well, we're done safely extinguished.
I'm gonna hit that big old square.